What is up, our planet family? Thanks for joining us. We have a great show lined up for you today. We are continuing our interviewing series with our planet ambassadors and our planet partners. This week, we will feature the folks from the Oaziz ecosystem. If you guys don't know about the Oaziz ecosystem, it's basically going to be an NFT marketplace that actually combines several really cool aspects. Everything from play-to-earn game, launchpad, startup accelerator. They have their own NFT collection, and probably a whole bunch of other cool things that I don't even know about. So we are excited to talk to the folks at Oaziz today and learn more about their ecosystem. So without further ado, let's jump right into this. So, guys, I am not seeing you pop up. I somehow lost video for you guys. Your video was all dialed in, and now for some reason I don't have you. Let me try this. Nope, I lost the video somewhere, guys. I lost you. I'm not sure where. There you go. There you go. You just popped up. I'm not sure. Maybe that was my fault. I apologize. Guys, what is up? Welcome to the Our Planet
What is up?
show.
Well, welcome, Our Planet family. Welcome. Nice to meet you. Here, me, Marius, and our CEO, Minduzaz. Nice to meet you guys.
Nice to meet you all.
Minduzaz. Happy to meet you guys. I'm excited to talk about your project, Oaziz. So yeah, for anybody who's not familiar with it, which I'm sure maybe a lot of our community is just hearing about it for the first time, why don't you guys first introduce yourselves, tell us about how you got started in the project, and give us sort of a brief overview. I know Oaziz, it covers sort of a broad spectrum of products, but give us a brief overview of what Oaziz is, and then maybe we can go into a little bit of the details about Oaziz. So go ahead.
Okay. Thank you for that. And I think how the project is started can more say my colleague and CEO Minduzaz. But now my name is Marius. Nice to meet you all, guys. I'm CMO at Project Oaziz Ecosystem. I can tell you one thing. One of a kind Oaziz ecosystem. It's a modern platform for bridging the real and virtual worlds. As a response, the Oaziz team's primary purpose to provide a number of tools that will assist users in becoming acquainted with the expanding Web3 environment and how it functions. So the ecosystem goal is to show customers how virtual assets may improve real-world experiences. So we are dedicated to providing the highest quality service to everyone, like from gamers to art collectors. So this is like a short introduction about Oaziz ecosystem.
Yeah, and how we came, it's really actually quite similar story to the most of us. We came from the background of Web2 community. We were e-commerce guys, doing marketing, doing affiliate marketing, being in sales, and drop shipping, obviously, right? So, and the cryptocurrency industry was always on the side. And close to 1 year, it's a midsummer, all right? So it was more than a year ago, we decided to go into full spectrum of NFT space. NFTs was just a thing that emerged in January last year. And the first thought I got in my head that this something would be interesting for us, man, Gary, we talked about it. And from there, the idea just was rolling in my head. And after a while, we found the similar guys. We built a team that's similar mindset, right? And from there, we just evolved from single one idea, what is NFT, from doing due diligence, doing just research. And we came up with the idea that, look, we see the same problem we are having now. It's actually really difficult to get into crypto industry, and it's really so stubborn and it's complicated to operate around it. I mean, there are some issues for the user experience, and we thought, we need to introduce a variety of products in order to solve this issue. That's right. So that's pretty much how almost 1 year ahead we are here now and sitting and talking with you guys.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, like you said, I do see you guys are introducing a variety of products, which is it's very ambitious. It's not just you guys are not just releasing an NFT collection. You guys are releasing sort of an entire ecosystem, which is very impressive. So we can dig into a little bit more about some of the specifics about what you guys are doing. So I know you guys are doing everything from a NFT marketplace, but also your own play to earn game. You also have your own collection, which I believe is on Solana, if that's correct.
Yep.
Also,
Yeah, that's correct.
talking about financial tools and also tokenomics. So you guys are possibly releasing a token, I guess. So yeah, there's a lot to dig into here. So let me bring up while we're talking your website, so anybody who is joining us can actually walk through this with us at the same time. So hopefully, there we go. Your video did pop up this time. That's great. So yeah, let's just start at the beginning. Obviously, an NFT marketplace is very interesting. So tell us a little bit about the marketplace, about which blockchain you're launching on, and I guess from what I understand, you guys are trying to launch multi-chain. So go ahead and tell us a little bit about that.
Right, so idea this year on January when we started that we need a NFT marketplace dedicated for gamers industry and also for physical items, right? So we understood we need to pick a niche, and it was a struggle. It's either doing Ethereum or doing something else. It was mainstream to have it on Ethereum built it, right? But we also saw an issue that high gas fees are like stopping sign for general consumers to join in and participate into NFTs. I mean, buying JPEG for $100 plus paying $40 additional for gas fees didn't look like an option. So we chose Solana. And by building on Solana, we also we're introducing some of the technical issues as well. And after that, we decided, look, we should not get it just in one single line of dedication. I mean, we started thinking about maybe we can bridge them, we can circle them, and have the best parts of every blockchain. So that's how the multi-chain NFT marketplace idea was brought. When we started out, it was maybe some of the topics, maybe some of the blocks. I mean, the idea itself, the technology didn't exist at that time when we planned to doing it. And when we started on, later on, we saw that OpenSea also introduced it, Polygon after a while. Now it's just few weeks time back, they introduced it on Solana as well. So yeah, the multi-chain is beginning to become as a mainstream. So we saw it as a normal evolution of the business and just going straight away from the multi-chain idea. So yeah, that's pretty much how it was brought out. I mean, all of the decisions were made purely on numbers and research and cold heart. I mean, it wasn't emotional and epic.
Sure, absolutely, and yeah, I think we can all agree. NFTs on Ethereum, certainly with the gas fees was never going to go mainstream. It's very niche and very sort of limited to only one very small segment of the population who could actually afford it, which is why, of course, we've from the beginning have developed on EOS.io tech. Wax also launched a game on EOS, but of course the benefits of Wax is there's no gas. It's just you stake for resources and you can send NFTs around for free essentially. And that, of course, is why Wax I think has more transactions per day than any other blockchain. I think it's something like 25 million transactions per day. So yeah, I hope when you guys are developing your NFT marketplace cross-chain that you're of course including the NFT standards from Wax, like the atomic assets and simple assets. Those standards I hope will be included in your marketplace. But yeah, of course, being cross-chain, I of course agree with you guys, is definitely the future. So that's really good to see. And yeah, it's looks like you have all the major players sort of included there. So yeah, the other thing that caught my eye was this, of course, NFT marketplace. Is this game that you guys the play to earn game that you guys are releasing? So Olympus Mountain Gods. This looks really interesting. Like, you want to tell us a little bit more about this play to earn game that you guys are developing?
Yeah, I mean, As from the name, it sounds like huge or something. If you watched this trailer, maybe I don't know if it looks high quality for you or not. But as you know, NFT games at the moment they're like the main NFT games who you're running on your browser, and it looks kind of low graphics. It's missing many points, and we thought we can make it better. So we decided to create like a game called Olympus Mountain Gods, a PvP battle arena play turn game based on Unity Engine. So do you know what is Unity Engine? Have you heard about it?
Yeah, I
before?
have heard about Unity, but for anybody who doesn't know, why don't you explain it a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, most people, many projects in NFT space right now, trying to make the games on how it's called Unreal Engine, right?
Unreal Engine.
Yeah, Unreal Engine 5, but it just arrived, and it's hard to make solutions to finish the game from the beginning to the end, and probably gonna take time. I don't know, 1 to 3 or 4 or 5 years, depends how the whole Unreal Engine will evolve. So because there is not so many developers who can make the game from the end to from beginning to the end. Yeah, to finish the game. So we decided to choose Unity Engine, and we have our partners Kevuru, and we created Assassin's Creed, right?
Yeah.
I mean, many people know.
Not only, the Kevuru Games, it's a big company.
Yeah.
Actually, they're one of the biggest in Europe, and they're like subsidiary company of developers for Ubisoft. So whenever Ubisoft are launching, at least 1/3 of those games goes through them. That was one of the reasons why we chose them. And those guys actually bullet by bullet point explain us why actually using Unity Engine is more preferable than Unreal Engine. And one of those, yes. So topics, as Marius mentioned, there's not a lot of developers out there, and technology is relatively new. So in order to provide highly visual, pleasing gamer experience and actually delivering it on time, we need to use something similar. And the closest to the Unreal Engine is Unity Engine. So that was the decision. I mean, we went on the same road. We wanted to drive on the wave of Unreal Engine 5.
But
I mean, it's quite exponential, and it's extraordinary costs, and it's really hard to finish that. I mean, and the whole base and whole idea of the game is battle arena game. So players can either join 1 against 1 or 3 against 3 games. They battle like gladiators in the ancient times, right? And whoever wins takes the loot, and that loot can be transferred to the marketplace that has been developed on the side. So that's the first step why we are building few of the tools. Having just a game doesn't necessarily provide good experience. So when you have a place also where can you exchange those items, it helps a lot actually to transfer those easily without any hesitations or any drawbacks. Right. So short introduction about games. So visually pleasing, right? Built on Unity, and dedicated marketplace for it.
Yeah.
So let's check out. So you mentioned visually pleasing. I haven't actually seen this trailer either, and so I'm sure a lot of our viewers haven't seen it either. So let's see if we can actually watch this trailer right now and check out the graphics here, or this trailer that you've developed.
It's a concept of it, how visually the player is supposed to look like, in what direction we are going.
Maybe we can watch it full screen here. There we go. Really nice trailer you guys made.
Yeah, well, obviously we're trying to implement some of the historical events, also building some magic around it. I mean, looking at more modern and not hyper-realistic, right? So it would be a hype. So flashing lights, a lot of flames, God of War vibes with also flames. Right? So it's a combination of Mortal Kombat and Assassin's Creed Saga. So you have third-person view, and you battle each other. So it's not like 2D that you're only seeing it from the side.
Sure. I was hoping to see some gameplay graphics, but it doesn't look like it. This is more like cinematic trailer.
This is an concept of the direction, right?
Sure. Is there where you're at in the development of the game? Is there actual gameplay that you have seen yet, or are you still in the development phase? In other words, have you shown any of the actual gameplay yet from the actual game itself?
I mean, the benefits of it, the foundations of it being built from the back end. So whatever we can show, it's mainly looking even worse than Minecraft. I mean,
Oh, I
it's
see.
just pigments walking around doing stuff, and it's more of the technical solution. So firstly, they build a foundation, and after that, they implement visual. So the visuals goes mostly in the middle or even in the end of the game.
I
First,
see.
the battle mechanics is still being built. So it's a long progress. Yeah, we want to see it fast as well, but I mean, the developers have their own working pace, so they are doing in their way. We cannot push it to have it further on.
Cool. So what's the time frame that you guys are looking at? Like, I know you guys have your roadmap listed on your website, and we can, of course we can dig into that as well, because I know you obviously have a lot of irons in the fire, so to speak. But as far as your game and your marketplace, where are you at as far as development of when these items will actually be released?
I mean, so for the first pre-MVP version for the marketplace, we're launching in the end of this month, and we're gonna test it out with our partners RSV Motors. That's why the teaser there with the Tesla model, right, is for a reason there. And we're trying out selling cars on Polygon blockchain now. So we have marketplace in the rolling stages. I mean, it's finishing straight. And the game itself, it's approximately half-year time from now.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. So you expect possibly by the end of the year or early 2023 to actually have your game released?
No,
When third year Q1 or Q2 is the time we're gonna release the public version for the game, when they can at least try the MVP, the beta version of it, or at least alpha version of it, and just try it out how it works. But I mean, it's not that the thing that we're gonna be producing, waiting half a year time and then showing something. I mean, we decided to go this direction with developers, that we're gonna show step by step and always introducing teasers and the progress of the game. So constantly on social media will be updates, at least screenshots from the development progress to see it, how it looks and how it goes.
Right, I see. Yeah, we're well aware. It takes obviously a long time to build a game, especially a high quality 3D game like you're building. Takes a lot.
With the resources of at least 30 people working at the moment at this time, it's still taking extraordinary time. And it is the direction we decided. We wanted to looking something cool, fun, and I mean, it takes resources and time. I mean,
absolutely,
it will be much easier to build something on mobile app for sure, but it's not long-term sustainable, I guess.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, building a high quality game takes, as we all know, a lot longer than most people think. So let's get back to your actual NFT collection here. Tell us a little bit about this actual NFT collection and how it relates to, if it relates to the actual game you guys are producing, and where this actual collection exists and what the utility, if any, will be.
I think you can just press explore more right now, and
there you go.
You will be redirecting to
dedicated page for the NFTs.
Yeah,
I mean, first we started out as just a NFT collection. We wanted to provide like a season pass for the guys, the ones who will own native NFT collection. They will get benefits on the marketplace, like smaller transaction fees. But as the time goes, appetite grows, and we thought, I mean, we can do much more, and we have the tools for that. So after that, we introduced more of the utilities, doing social events, and after that, introducing these NFTs to the game. And this table you're looking at is a rarity table. So you can see the skins, textures, body modules, here's items. So we created like rarity tool in page already. And this correlates to the game in that position, that by owning this NFT, you will receive legendary character in the game when it launches. So it will be like a burning loot box. And when you open it, you connect it to your game, you will receive the character itself. Because we don't have artwork, direct, concrete, and specific artwork made for the game yet, we did not include it to look hyper-realistic as the game characters itself. So we made the models, representation, a bust models, so that's why we took this direction of art. And for the utilities, we try to name it as easily as possible. So
Short.
giving dividends, similar to other projects like CyberConks. And yeah, but I mean, it's mostly focused on the game, into providing value for the game.
Awesome. So they are connected to the game. That's great news.
Yeah.
I see that you initially launched with 4,800 rare pieces of the OMG collection. Starts with just 4,800 pieces, but then you're going to do another drop, which is another 2,400 pieces. Have those drops they've not happened yet, or is there a date when they will happen?
Will not happen yet, and we don't have a date right now, but it will be soon. We can tell that. I mean, probably in 1-2 months you can expect that, but we don't have exact date right now.
Right,
Okay,
and
cool.
the first drop is dedicated for static JPEGs, right? So the ones you're seeing now, and the second drop is still a bit of mystery. We're not showing that, but it's one teaser below the website. If you scroll down, you will see it. So the second drop will be a dynamic visuals GIFs or video formats, depending, and even possibility with adding sound to it. So we understood that in the market of NFTs, there is not a lot of NFTs that actually doing something. So we took that direction and saw that, look, the second drop should be even more rare and it should look cool. So it's a little piece that you would like to put on your shelf and project it on a 3D projector, I guess.
Yeah, this is a really cool image here you've created. It's a really nice looking.
Thanks.
Really
We're still updating the website, so there are going to be some changes. Oh, what happened here? Okay.
Yeah, I see. So there'll be a countdown. Obviously, once you have your date, this countdown will go live, and of course there'll be an option to get whitelisted. So yeah, that's cool. And again, just remind me, this is going to go live on Solana.
Yes.
Okay, cool. Awesome. Well, yeah. Make sure you're posting up to our community when you do have a date, and we'll keep an eye out for that, and be sure to let our community know, and hopefully we'll have the ability to be trying to get on that whitelist and get in early to this project. Now, I'll explain a little bit about. You can tell us a little bit about. You're showing how these are going to be. You said earning some kind of dividend. It's definitely like a. There's some option basically to be profit sharing kind of. Now, is this directly from the sales from the marketplace? It ties into these NFT sort of earnings.
Well, we're introducing new functionality, so it's an NFT staking one, and it's not introduced yet, and we're definitely going to be bullish about it and talk about it more, and also ask you guys to share the news about it. That's why we're updating some of the stuff yet. But yeah, I mean, the dividends part are directly correlated from the treasury of the NFTs, and those dividends will be covered from the revenue of the marketplace. So that's one of the sustainable utilities we're seeing now. It's only for limited time. Only those users who are owning NFTs will be having this kind of utility.
I see. Awesome. Yeah, that's really cool. Obviously, being able to we have similar function.
This table you're looking at, we created this table in order to create a more approach for people to come up early, to become an early investors, because first come, first serve needs a little more of the stimulus. So we decided to go by the airdrop position. So whoever comes first, those should be rewarded the most, because they are the true believers into the project and the idea itself. So we're deploying Oaziz tokens for the early investors, and it's in the proportions mentioned below.
Yes, of course. You want to reward the early investors, absolutely. So yeah, I'm looking at this table. It looks like it's going to be of course dependent on the sales in the marketplace, but that looks very interesting, and of course everyone in our community is very.
This is mentioned in tokenomics part. We are allocating a hefty part of tokenomics for ecosystem. And ecosystem part is dedicated for active users in the space and ecosystem itself. So those who are really active on the fan arts who are doing that, who are early investors on the NFT collection, who are really active in creating a lot of collections of NFT marketplace itself, those guys will be rewarded in one way or another ways. That's why we dedicated almost a third part of our tokenomics in order just to keep the community active and reward them for being there.
I see. Of course, yeah, that looks awesome. And so, of course, looking at your roadmap, you said, of course, I asked already about the date of this actual. So you don't actually have a date of when these NFTs are being released or your marketplace, but it shows here on your roadmap that you're aiming for Q3 of 2022. So
Yeah.
that looks like that should be coming up in the next quarter.
Introducing some of the technology part. I mean, NFT staking part still takes time, a bit longer than we expected before, right? So that's why it takes a bit more time. So I understand that by launching this collection today would be just gray mass in the area and nothing special to the community. That's why we're looking at the options. What can we introduce for the community in order to provide more value for them? That's why we do not get a certain date. When we're gonna feel that we are ready to launch, we're gonna do it like in 2 weeks' time. Everything is already ready there. The collection is minted. It's already put on IPFS server, so it's there. It's already there. It's ready. It's just a matter of time when our community grows and we understand that we are ready for that. And this whole wheels are gonna be rolling without any struggle.
Sure. Yeah. Which we can all appreciate. Yeah, it's better to hold off and do it right than just launch a product and have no utility and then sort of it falls by the wayside. So yeah, we can definitely appreciate that. But yeah, the NFT collection looks really cool. I know our community will be excited to hopefully get in early, especially if there's dividends from the marketplace. So that looks really cool too. So yeah, so your NFT collection, obviously moving forward on your actual platform, I see you have listed, obviously, you guys are planning on doing a launch pad as well. I'm not sure if that's listed here under financial tools or OVS maybe. Oh, this is actually part of your voting system. So we can talk about all this. So, of course, you started to talk about this a little bit before. Maybe you could tell us a little bit more about this. What it sounded to me was almost like a DAO. Like there's going to be a voting structure, and is that where your NFTs? In other words, what will give your community the power to vote? Will that be all NFT holders will actually have a voting power? And I know we talked a little bit offline about how when you plan to expand your marketplace, you are going to, of course, take direction from the community. So where will the community vote? What will give the community their voting power? And where can we then learn more about how this DAO system will work?
Right, so voting power will go for the NFT holders itself, and we're starting out by implementing some of the features into Discord channel, introducing there and learning from there. And after we feel comfortable and we can see that we can scale it and introduce more of the functionalities, we're also exploring places into DAOs. So we already have some cooperations made. We already have a few partners in the line. We are just talking with them, communicating what is the best solution. Also, we are looking for the DAOs that are multi-chain, so that would go into direction that we are going with. And yeah, that's the thing. So holders, and it will be evolutionary. First of all, going to the Discord. After that, implementing dedicated system for that as a DAO.
Cool. So it looks like if you are a holder of the OMG NFTs or the Oasis token, so there's also going to be some sort of system where it looks like where just owning the Oasis token, you'll be able to maybe stake that and have some sort of voting power as well.
Yeah, because we're using the same smart contract that's built on Solana, both the token itself and the NFT tokens will be correlated and connected. That's why we can give that option for both of the parties, the ones of the coin holders and the ones for the NFT holders. The amount of tokens are still in the discussion that you needed, because we understand that by having just one token, it's not fair for those that are bigger holders, at least NFT. So we're gonna try to correlate the value of NFT to the tokens amount in order to have the same voting rights.
I see. Yeah, that makes sense. So this is there's you guys do have a good amount of information here on this site. So for anybody who is interested in learning more, I'm going to go ahead and drop this link into the chat. Also, I see you guys are obviously doing a lot of development on your Discord as well. So if anybody's interested in learning more about this governance system or taking part early, you should go join the Oaziz Discord, which of course you guys can drop that link into the chat as well. And yeah, I recommend anybody who's interested in being in early in this project, go join the Discord and get involved early and play a role in.
Yeah, I just want to remind you guys that our Discord right now is hidden. I mean, you can join our Discord and check only the announcement channel. So we will open a Discord, and that's why you need to follow as well our Twitter account. So it will be a date when we're gonna decide to open our Discord for maybe some hours. I cannot tell you right now. And when you have time to join our Discord and to be a part of our community there, and we're going to close it again for the next time. And we're not going to bring like whole people right now to join that. We want to communicate on Twitter as well to make an announcements on Discord where people can read it, and where people can join only when we going to open our Discord.
I see. Yeah, so it's just in the announcement page.
A more general conversation with the holders and collectors and early fans of us. So by opening Discord channel for limited time gives us a chance to be more close, more in touch with them, and giving them personal attention for them, just communicate, getting to know them, and say, look, guys, you give us a feedback, what we're doing right, what we're doing wrong, and we will try to improve over time. So that's very important for us. That's why we want to include, as everyone says, I mean, they want to include their community into development progress, but I mean, one of the options you need to by speaking them directly, and by having a few thousand people at the same time chatting, it's a mess. So that's why we want to keep it small at the moment. You're having few hundred of the active users at the moment online, so that in order we can get some general feedback from them. So that's the reason why we're having a limited time just for those that are OGs and they're really following every single post we do.
I see. Awesome. So yeah, as of now, your Discord is still in just the announcement phase, and you will be opening it up to the general public soon. So yeah, anybody who wants to follow along with the announcements, keep tabs on what's happening and when you can actually join. Also, of course, you guys are on Twitter, so I'll drop that in the chat as well for you guys. We actually had a question come in on the chat, and that was actually pretty interesting. Dragon asked, what is it about the red and the blue pill in this artwork? So I see on this voting system, it looks like you have the guys kind of balancing between the red pill and the blue pill. So tell us where the inspiration. I know it's kind of a little side note, but tell us where the inspiration for that came from and what exactly that means. Are you trying to red pill your audience?
I mean, the Neo itself can explain more, but we can do it from here. I mean, the inspiration for the voting Senate, right? We are all about Greek mythology. That's why implementing Caesar as a voting guy. And the red pill and blue pill is a choice. It's always a question of a choice. What do you choose? And the voting Senate itself, they're dictating the direction where we're going. So it's just symbolizing an optional choice. So that's why it's that. And of course, it's a reference to the Matrix, just in order to trigger some emotion. And it's working well.
Of course. Yeah, I found it. I like that you guys use the term the Senate as, going back to like the actual, sort of Roman sort of system. I found it really interesting too, because it's like we just talked about this last week. It's like every interview. It's really like interesting that we've had a number of our projects and interviews that we've brought on, our Planet Ambassador interviews have all had this like common thread of having this like sort of ancient Greek or Roman aspect. It's just a really strange coincidence, but I find it fascinating. Like everybody, all totally different takes on it, totally different sort of implementations, but everybody has used some sort of this like ancient artwork.
Maybe it's a trend now. Maybe it's a trend
Yeah,
now.
no, it obviously
I've
is.
been always talking about community and decision making and building something. We go to the democratic roots, and democracy
true.
was born in there, born in the Antica. So I mean, it's natural that you learn from your past in order to do greater decisions in the future. So I guess that's natural thing.
Yeah, it's just really interesting. And like you said, it's definitely sort of made a comeback in the pop culture because we've now seen it over and over. I think this has got to be the fourth or fifth project that sort of incorporated this into their project. So yeah, very cool. Let's talk a bit about. I know you guys are doing a launch pad as well, but also I know that you guys are working on financial tools to make onboarding easier. Why don't you tell us a little bit about that and what sort of projects, if any, that you've talked about with as far as in how the Launchpad will actually work?
All right, so the Launchpad technology, where this idea coming from, as we saw in the market research, at this point, we're still not seeing any of the marketplaces that actually doing marketing support for the young creators. We have a lot of talented people who are doing great artwork, but their talent and their products does not reach their potential buyers. And like us guys coming from e-commerce, we understand the importance of great product and great marketing in order to please and make the system work, right? So everyone can make a great burger at home, but not everyone can make a McDonald's franchise, right? So that's where we come in and filling out that niche, that need for young creators to get support. So not only just doing banner ads or anything on the inside of the platform, we're also having a plans how we will step on and help them to introduce on the offline communication with their. So by building landing pages, by helping them with launching ads and helping them with calls and doing media press, these are the steps we're going through ourselves, and this all knowledge, all know-how will be also offered for our community members, for those chosen ones, for those neos in the space that we're gonna give this support for them. So that's the idea for the Launchpad. It's not about the technology part because there's a lot of sandwich type of the drag and drop tools already made for creating smart contracts and all. It's not necessary that already, but communication and great marketing is always a necessary and it's always changing topic. So that's the whole point of the Launchpad. We just want to support creators.
That's cool. And so will that be focused primarily on Solana? And again, remind us, your marketplace will initially launch on Solana as well. I know, of course, you're trying to go cross chain as far as which NFT standards you'll support and in general, but you are primarily going to be basically using Solana as a home base for your ecosystem.
No, I mean, even today we can support both on ERC protocol and on Solana protocols, so we can all again now even doing both of the most popular blockchains, and by just implementing some of the more talents into the group in the core team, we can help out on other blockchains as well. So now our approach is always going in all of the directions that market dictates the needs for it. So I mean, going to Avalanche Flow or Wax, it's just a matter of time. It's just if you're gonna see that a lot of applications come up from the Wax itself, right? So we're gonna just introduce the technology for it itself. But mainly as the first step, as the MVP, we're gonna focus on marketing options, and the technology part will be as a second step. And we will see by doing and trying and error and. All right, so. I thought I heard something.
Yeah, I thought too.
Yeah, maybe it was just an echo. I mean, and for the other fintech tools, it's to bring that concept of merging the line between digital and physical worlds. You need more of that. Just not the wallet. Just purely crypto wallet is not enough. We still operate on fiat. We operate on credit cards. We operate on Google Pay or Apple Pay, whatever. So we see this need as well now. So the idea is in the end of the next year, introducing some of the fiat futures into the crypto space as well. So the concept is that you are playing your game, you're grinding there, you're earning some of the rewards on resources, you exchange those assets on the marketplace, and those assets were exchanged in some of the currency, and that currency goes straight to your prepaid card, and that prepaid card can be used for the grocery shopping, for example. So that's how you create that circle, that ecosystem. That's from just being active in the space, you can actually feel the assets of the economic, and you can use it
as well. And the thing that we wanted to make it because of a newcomers who don't know maybe how to use, exchange wallets or whatever, how to connect it to a marketplace, and we don't know, how to buy any coin like Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, whatever. We just can use the cards, and to buy NFTs or whatever we want on our marketplace. So it will be way easier for them to do that. And I think the newcomers will get into NFT space more with that, and then we can understand everything what's going on right here. Of course, later we will learn how to do that with real wallets like crypto wallets, but we can use, as a fiat payments as well to buy that.
Yeah, that's really interesting. I saw
the first step is the hardest one. The first step is the hardest one. Once you are there, you get more of the knowledge and you get better at it. So first step should be as easy as possible. So that's the broad vision.
And so where are you? And it's really interesting to see that you guys are doing this with this prepaid card. I've seen projects try to do this before, and I know it's difficult working with the traditional financial system to actually implement real cards in the real world. So if we can quickly, I'd be interested to just hear where you're at with this and how you're actually doing this. Are you working with a real world like bank to launch these cards? Will they be accepted? Will it be like will it have an actual real world processor like Visa? Will it be like an actual card that can be used at any merchant like in the real world?
Yeah, exactly like that. We don't want to go into detail because it's like a commercial thing, and not a lot of people in the space are doing that because it's actually quite complicated to achieve it. But we have a partners, and to say it broadly, there's third parties that are renting out EMI license. So it's electronic money license. By owning this license, you are obligated and you can hold customers' funds and you have your custody inside. And by having this license, you can operate by fiat. And by owning a crypto license as well, EMI license, right, you can operate in both of the areas by owning a crypto and owning a fiat. And by doing exchanges between those assets, it's no hesitate. And there's partners, there's parties in Europe, right? They offer this solution, and just by paying them certain amount or monthly subscription fee, they operate on it. So by not having a team in-house, we rent this license, and it's possible to make it go around and make this thing come through. So actually, it's not building everything from the scratch. It's not necessary. There's already technology and services that providing that. It just we take extra steps, of course, because NFTs are working a bit differently than stable coins, right? But by exchanging certain currencies like Solana or Ethereum into stable coins can be transferred into fiat, and those fiat can be operating on one or other prepaid cards. So actually the system is there, it's working, we have partners for it, but we are not going public without that because it's still approximately 1 year until we're going to be ready and we're going to introduce a community for it. We need to gather a client base for it as well to work out financially, because it's really cost-taking. It's really expensive to operate that functionality, but if that's going to help to bring more users and more of the explorers into the space, that's the step we're willing to do. So that's pretty much the idea of how it works.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's great news. I think we need to see more of that in the space. Having that sort of crossover to actually connect with real world financial system is definitely something that's been missing in the space. So, cheers to you guys on that. I hope that goes smooth, because that will be obviously great for onboarding and really great in general for the space.
Just a teaser for you. It's something that's called instant exchange. So, for example, you have Bitcoin on your wallet, and that wallet is connected to your card. And I mean, it's still in Bitcoin, right? And the moment you touch your POS portal, your merchant, like instant like payment or doing by card, your allocated amount, for example, $5 worth of value goes into the order book, and that Bitcoin gets exactly amount exchanged for that dollar amount.
Yeah.
So you don't need to do those extra steps. You mean
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
holding your crypto in the hand, and you only how to say, using the right amount that's necessary. So that's the thing, that's new, it's a concept. Not many of the companies are using that, but technology is already there, and the Switzerland is leading that. So yeah, I gave you a lot of clues
Yeah.
how it works, and it's really fascinating technology.
Yeah, that sounds amazing, man. I know you touched a little bit on your tokenomics before, as far as being able to vote. And I know you said that there may be some changes being made in the number of tokens and such. But just tell us a little bit about what you plan to do with your token. I know you have listed on your website here with your IDO. But tell us at least whatever you can, or whatever you're working on, the ideas behind your tokenomics, how the tokens will be actually distributed, when they'll be available for regular people to buy them, where they'll be available, and stuff like that.
I mean, public sale will go through Launchpad as usual. The public sale is directed and planned on November. And the allocations of the token proportions are pretty much the same. We are working with our makers and consulting them on tokenomics part, and the allocation is correct. What is changing is vesting times and the price of it. So we are doing it according to the market needs, newest market trends as well. So that parts are changing. The other parts are still there. It's actually quite correct information at the moment. And the utility for that token will be to implement it as a currency on NFT marketplace and make it as a main currency into play to earn game. So those are the two main of the utilities planned for this token. Of course, the other ones like staking it and other default stuff, it's no head brainer to implement. We are doing that for sure. But I mean, what teases us most is providing real utilities for that token. It's not just an asset for, I don't know, communication exploring and saying what's the value of the company. I mean, we are introducing direct utilities for it.
Of course, and that's I think the most important thing personally.
And the token is built on Solana as well,
okay.
Because we just started out on the Solana, and we are basing everything on Solana, and then we are bridging whatever it's necessary from there. Total amount of it will be 1 billion of them. And yeah, that's pretty much the whole broad information about it.
Cool. And so is there any date of when this IDO, or you're looking maybe in the fall, you said? November?
Yeah, it's November for the public sale, and the private round we are starting from next month.
Oh, wow. Okay, cool. Awesome. That's all very interesting. Very promising stuff. So yeah, of course we took a quick look at your roadmap earlier, but if you want to give us a quick overview, because I know we just talked about it, you obviously are doing your IDO in November for the public sale at least. Of course, we can see here that and you talked a little bit earlier about your marketplace going live hopefully, and your game by 2023, possibly alpha by the end of the year or something early in 2023. If you want
for the roadmap itself, our partners, we are hiring strategic partners, the ones who are making the games, the other ones who are making blockchain solutions, right? So a lot of stuff also depends on them. I mean, we can plan stuff, but some of in the week's time, the roadmap doesn't necessarily go week by week as we plan. But what we know for certain, right, that after we're launching a marketplace, we should be introducing new blockchains every single quarter. So after 3 or 4 months' time, we're implementing another of the blockchains that's necessary for us. Right, so that's one of the plans. And for the game itself, as we talked, in the Q1 or Q2 of the next year possibility. After that, it will be introduction just by doing updates of more of the contents, more of the maps, more of the utilities for it. And Right, and for NFTs, NFTs are not necessarily that long-term stuff. We're gonna launch it. We're gonna make it as a limited time thing for it, and early investors will enjoy the benefits of it. After that, we're gonna leave it for the secondary market. We are not gonna interfere with that. And right, so and by year 23rd, the main focus will be on the game. And when we have the solid base for the game, after that, all dedication will be for the financial tools. So introducing those prepaid cards, so launchpads, payment processors, anything that is necessary in order to complete what is what is promised in the roadmap. So that's the general view the general direction where we're going through.
Awesome. Yeah. And you guys have a pretty well thought out vision here, going all the way to 2024. With a pretty, like I said, it's pretty ambitious. You guys have a lot of different things happening at once. So it's pretty impressive. And it's also impressive. I'm kind of going over your team here now too. It looks like obviously you guys have a really large team. You guys are all docs, so that's something that gives people confidence that you guys are not just anonymous team building in the background some shady thing. You guys are actually a real team with a lot of people, a lot of technical people doing a lot of different technical things. So it's really impressive what you guys are building here. And of course, looking through your partners, you guys are working with some big players in the space. So pretty impressive. Thanks. What you guys are doing. I got to give you guys a lot of credit. It looks impressive, and obviously it is. The scope of it is obviously impressive, between everything from not just building a marketplace, but also having a totally legit game, having your own collection, and also building these financial tools and your launchpad. So yeah, really impressive, guys. As we're coming up on an hour already, wow, that hour went pretty quick. Is there anything you can think of that I missed that you can tell our community what to be looking out for, or just other things you're excited about in the near future? And of course, we'll let you wrap it up by telling us anything you'd like to tell us that I may have left off.
No, you described everything really well. Yeah. Actually, now after all of this hour passed by and talking about all of the single different products we are trying to achieve, right now the world ecosystem gives its value and gives it a reason to be there. That's why we call it ecosystem, because it's a number of tools that implementing, and those tools are directed into making a great user experience. So that's just some summarizing of it.
Awesome. Well, yeah, you guys definitely did a great job of explaining. I know you guys have there was a lot of aspects to your project. A lot of the other projects we brought on are either just basically not as involved. You guys have so many different aspects, which is why, of course, you call it an ecosystem rather than just an NFT project or a marketplace or anything else. You guys truly are building out an entire ecosystem around your token and your platform. So congratulations on that, and I look forward to following along with the progress and hopefully being early on getting into some of your NFTs and getting early on the token, because I think your progress, your platform shows a lot of potential. So I look forward to following the progress. So
I will include you in the matchmaking first for you. When the game is ready, we're gonna battle. You're going to be on the priority list to start out.
I would love to help alpha test. I would love to be in early. So definitely keep me on the list, and keep our community on the list as far as keeping us in the loop of your roadmap milestones, because there's probably some people in our community who would love to be early on the platform and on the game itself as well. So keep us in the loop. It was great talking to you guys. It was great meeting you guys. I hope to have you guys on again, maybe next year when we're getting early 2023, when you're getting your game ready to launch. We'd love to have you on again and take a look at what you guys have built and the progress you guys have made, and get in on that game you guys are building, because it looks really cool.
Thank you for your time.
It was a pleasure, right? So
yeah, you're welcome.
We are looking forward into cooperation more and having looking back and at this day when we sit there just sweating there, how our tumbling voices there, we are not ready for that, and talking in public there. It's a real hard for us, but I think we are more ambitious than being scared and doing anything. That's why we are being public and trying just to be in the space. So right, so it was a great pleasure with you. You are a great coordinator of the chat. It was a pleasure for you. Great experience. We really love that.
Thank you.
Right,
you.
so all the best.
I just want to mention for the guys who is watching, every Tuesday we are doing a live stream with updates and some entertainment. So you can watch our YouTube channel.
Yeah,
You
I
can
mean,
subscribe that.
we're doing all of the updates weekly, and just to see how we are growing, you can follow us every single week and just see what's
Oh,
up.
cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, yeah.
Yes,
feel free
sure.
to drop that link in the chat. And for anybody who's still listening, of course, we like to at the end of our live streams, we usually do a little hangout session. We call it AMA and chill. So we like to do a little chill session. Sometimes we listen to some music. We'll do some NFT giveaways. So for anybody who's still listening, you can hang out and we'll do some giveaways. We'll send off our guests. Thank you again, gentlemen. And yeah, it was a pleasure. Hope to see you guys again.
You too.
Thank you. Cheers. It's amazing.
Thank you. Cheers to you all.